Hello, Vudani here, and today I'm trying something a bit different. I'm trying a live commentary. I want to see how this goes. I think it should give you a bit of good insight on what's going through my mind while I'm actually playing a match. I'm using an Elementalist, as that ball of lightning probably led you to believe. Very good skill, very good for movement. It's also a good opener. But this build is, I'd say it's pretty unique. You see my slot skills down there, 4 signets. I generally, if you see someone using 4 signets, it's safe to assume they're probably not very good. However, this build is it's essentially a signet build. It's very tanky. It's got a lot of good utility, good support, and you can use them very often. You'll notice my buffs as I apply them. Pretty much the entire time while fighting, I'm going to be applying buffs. Gonna go in, see this Elementalist. I always want to be watching for a thief. As an Elementalist, thieves are gonna murder you. That's just a fact. If you see a thief, you need to immediately take measures to avoid it. And here's a thief right here. Gonna try to stick on him, try and AoE him out. I get focused a bit with that stun. Gonna pop my blind, get my signets rolling. That gives me protection. Here comes the cone of cold there. Get some AoE damage. Switch into fire. Give him the business with the charge, and then here comes a burn. Into that, and my blind is back up. Gonna pop that. Gonna keep signets rolling. Looks like everyone's dead. That was a pretty glorious battle, if I do say so myself. I didn't really get focus fired there, but I mean, you can see just the power of the dagger Elementalist. And right now I'm using a Soldier's Amulet, very good for Elementalist, I think, because we are just so damn squishy. I mean, it is unbelievable how fast you can die as an Elementalist. Here comes the second wave. Gonna start right on this Elementalist. He's fucking Rambo here. Here's a Mesmer. Looks like he's using a scepter. It's not too threatening, but might as okay, here's the worst design of Guild Wars 2 PvP. Not even gonna go in the water. I'm not really a fan of that. I like to protest that. Here you see I'm popping my short cooldown signets for movement, and it's another good thing about this build. Gonna try to close the gap here. Hit him with my chill. Looks like good column for a flame. Didn't go to chill. Gonna try to get him again. My whole team's here. Doesn't really matter at this point. Gonna miss with that flame burst, but didn't matter. Okay, I'm gonna let them finish that. I'm gonna move back to the other side. Looks like people are gonna cut around. I don't really want to cut through the middle because people can essentially just jump in the water, and it's just wonderful trying to kill someone when they're jumping through water. Got a big group. Gonna try to hit him with a cold. Put on the frost armor. Got a lot of people. Throw down some AoEs. Here comes the AoE stun. Gonna try to hit him with the big attack. I get blowned, looks like. Switching to fire. This guy in the back, Necromancer. Gonna try to burn him down quick. Don't want him free casting. Here comes a blind thief. Switching to the thief. Just switch to thieves. I'm getting some focus fire here. Gonna try to pull back, heal up a bit. Here comes that's an Ellie. He's Tornado. Of course, the Tornado doesn't render. Gonna let that where it looks like he's down. Gonna move in. Pop the stun shield. Go in on this guy. Get him with vulnerability. Need to heal up pretty soon. Switch into water. Try and fall back a bit. Gonna go regen health here. It's definitely a good tactic as an Elementalist. You have a lot of abilities that can slow people down and get you out of combat, so it's definitely not a bad idea to back off to regen if you really do need to. I probably would have died pretty quickly there. Once I start regenning, gonna try to move back as fast as I can, get the swiftness rolling. Here's a Necro. He's pretty much dead. There goes the spectral armor. It's not going to help him. I don't think he has anything to keep him up. Gonna use my magnetic grasp. Gets obstructed. Switching to frost. He's running away. I think another thing to note here is I haven't really had much time to do much structured PvP, so these players probably aren't the top-notch, but it's definitely a work in progress. Eventually I'll be up in the higher ranks, higher levels of glory, whatnot. But I mean, it's still definitely a good start for an Elementalist. I would consider them one of the weaker classes for structured PvP, just because they really don't have all that much to mitigate burst damage, and everyone is just burst damage. So it's very challenging to find a build that is good, that you like, that you feel is durable. If you want to make a one-hit wonder, I charge in and try to kill you in 3 seconds with daggers build, then yeah, sure, you can do that. But that's not really my goal here. I want the full package. That's what I'm going for. That's why I'm using a Soldier Amulet. By the way, I mentioned Soldier Amulet. I'll link the build in the description if you haven't figured that out yet. It's a pretty basic. Well, I mean, it's basic in that the idea is simple, but it's a build that you really wouldn't expect to be as powerful as it is, in my opinion. Just the fact that it's so survivable, I'm not completely sure why, but here I go in with the stun. Gonna see if I can get him with this. He probably just, okay, yeah, there he goes. He didn't like that idea. Gonna hit him with a chill, going with the charge. Had a good line there. See a good crit. Gonna heal up. I want to keep my protection up if I can. There's the stun. Looks like he's trying to get me down. He's using everything he's got. Man, he's knocking me back a lot. It's the power of the engineer. Pretty freaking powerful right now. I'm gonna fall back here. I don't want to mess with those turrets. He still had so many medkits up. Gonna try to regen here. No, I'm gonna screw that. I'm finishing this guy off, and there's the victory. Overall, that was a pretty good match. I think it showed off this build, the durability of the build, the killing potential, and if you look at the build in the description, you will see that it's not a build that focuses too much on burst damage, but you saw some pretty nice numbers there. Let me know what you think of the build. I hope this video helped you out. I know a lot of Elementalists have some problems with survivability, and this is definitely a good option. It's a very fun option. But if you have any suggestions on what you'd like to see next week for the Elementalist, feel free to let me know what you're looking to see, and I'll try to get you that. As always, thanks for watching.